check it out. It is a rage kind of day. We've got a couple new pieces from Ray over at Rayge3D, the Etsy shop. I thought I had a good lighting setup here, but it may be a little heavy on shadows over on this side. But so what we were checking out today, we've got the Lil Strata, Lil Strata. This guy right here. We've got the weighted premium Strata. We've got, I think this guy was like the Helix, I want to say. It's like this X-shaped, kind of looks like some DNA strands crossing there. Cool little X-style slider there. And then we've got the updated V2 Peanut. And so we're going to talk about each of these and my thoughts on them. So let's start right here with the Stratas. I'm going to start with the Lil Strata. This is just the tinier version, so if you put them side by side, you can see there this guy's just a wee bit smaller. But this is an interesting one, and if you watched my short that I posted today, I was at a conference and I brought this thing with because I could literally use it at the table and the person sitting next to me wouldn't know I had it. Pretty wild. I mean, that is as quiet as any slider has ever been. These plates are unique. So over the regular 3D printed material, I'm trying to remember, you saying like ABS or something like that. You know, I'm not a 3D print wizard myself or anything like that. So all the materials are still sometimes are confounding to me. But this is an incredibly smooth material right here that you can see it's kind of shiny. So it's got like kind of a glassy texture to it, almost like a plexiglass is kind of what it feels like. And so the act of sliding those two against each other, they're just like, just gliding. You can still feel the magnets attracting. So you're still getting that feedback. But you can literally use it with zero sound. Now, if I wanted to, I can make it get a little noisy. Not really on the up and down, but definitely on the side to side. But definitely not necessary to do that. So this piece rocks. I really like the body shape. These kind of indents here for your thumb and finger hold really nicely. At first, I was a little not perplexed, but when I got it, it felt odd. And I think it was just because it was so silent that I felt like it was going to fly off, or because these felt so smooth, it felt like it was going to fly off at any second. And so it's this kind of like odd experience because you get it and you're so used to crunchy or bam, 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 you know, and you get those sound cues to know what's happening. And so at first I'm like, whoa, shit. Like I thought I was going to lose it, but it actually functions really well. I think this is a really great piece from Ray. And I saw that there's still a couple up on the Etsy site. So definitely worth checking out. This one is the weighted smooth Strata. And so this one still has that blue surrounding line, just like the little one does. This one's got a gray plate and then a blue plate. And it is a little noisier. Still very smooth. It does, I get a jump in that corner every now and then. Let me see if I can figure out how I was doing that. That right there. But listen, for as smooth and quiet as this is, I mean, you could really use this anywhere in public, and it just feels so smooth. But sometimes those kinds of things like that can be forgiven. Really nice. Nicely done, Ray, on this one. This is really good, a really good 3D printed slider. And I get questions all the time from people about what can I use in the office? What is quiet? Give me a silent fidget. Tell me what it is. Just give me a name. And I can't, because there are very few. I mean, recently, kind of the main one I've been using is this Delta tile. And it's a one-click. And that one's pretty easy to use, you know, in a public space. But not a whole lot of really super silent sliders. Let's talk about this guy. Oops. This one's got a really interesting feel to it because it's got this space in the middle that does kind of add a little more not grip necessarily, but there is something about your thumb being able to kind of catch right there and push this up. So I think this is a really interesting slider with an interesting sound. Yeah, this is kind of bubble pattern on the plates. It just sounds like sticks. Really interesting piece. Appreciate Ray sending this one along. I don't know, I didn't see this on his Etsy site today when I looked. It might be one that he restocks kind of infrequently. But I do love this really kind of simple raised dimple pattern that he has. This is so lightweight too. If I had my scale with me, I'd weigh these things out for you. But on a work trip, so my setup looks a little different. But that's really nice. I like that one. This one, so I've gotten a lot of questions about people asking, because I've advocated for this peanut slider for a long time. It's one of my go-to 3D printed sliders because it just has this perfect kind of magnet setup, magnet strength, and this really gentle crunch. You can hear it more on the side to side. Right? So just the teeniest, tiniest crunch. And it is actually a really good quiet slider as well. And maybe that's just becoming Ray's kind of, his corner right there is quiet sliders that still give you a really good feedback. And that's a great corner to be in because there are a lot of people out there looking for those specific sliders. So that was the Peanut V1. And then he recently released the V2. This was a special edition one I think he made. These crunchy nuts. Now I'm glad he made that a subtle a subtle touch on there, because it's already a peanut, so you look maybe a little silly using this, but if somebody at the office was like, hey, let me check that out, oh, all right, cool. It's maybe an added kind of silliness to it, but I appreciate the lean into the kind of goofy, the old nut humor. So what's different about this one from V1? You can see already that the plates have that kind of that swoop to it, so it's got this little concave feature to it, similar to what that Strata has going on, right? So it's kind of creating a more comfortable space for your thumb. Now, I've seen some people that they didn't like this texturing, and they hand sanded it down until it was just plain like that, but on this side. To me, that seems like you've removed all the texture, but what do I know? What do I know? Not much. And then also, yeah, you can see that the plain pattern went for the same shell pattern, but on the inside on the plates. And then kind of a darker, yellower-ish brown color. Is it better than the V1? It's the question I'm always getting. Have you tried the V2 peanut? It's good. I mean, I don't know that I would put it up as better, but I'm not putting it up as bad by any means. It's a lighter magnet setup, and also I did ask for crunchy. And again, he nails the quiet crunch. This was another one where this one does feel, and I don't know, it doesn't seem like there is a difference now, but there's something about this one that feels really solid, almost like it was weighted. And then this one feels lightweight, and I can almost guarantee that they're probably the same weight, and that's in my brain. But this one does feel lighter weight. And again, I had that same feeling that I had with the Stratas, that it was just going to go flying off of the corner. But it's not. It's the craziest sensation. So I don't know, as it does fly off. That was user error. You can see how I'm maneuvering it, and it's not flying off. So again, I think maybe this is Ray's corner. It's this master class in these quiet, fidgets that can absolutely be office used without completely, causing your coworkers to go insane. And I think that's a good corner. These pieces right here, I'd say especially the Lil Strata, just are almost impossible to hear. This one, if it wasn't crunchy, I think would probably have a similar sound to that, would be my guess. And then the Helix, just very quiet. I mean, these are great. These are great quiet fidgets. If you've got a spouse that you know, your fidget habit drives you nuts or drives her nuts, or you've got a coworker that's like, please move cubicles or offices, just get these. I think these are an incredible alternative to some of the clankier stuff. I am on a roll tonight with popping shit off the tracks. You know, these are really killer quiet pieces. So I appreciate Ray sharing these with me. And if you guys get a chance, I know these three are still on the Etsy page, and I'll put a link in the description. You can check them out and enjoy.